All right, so hello. It is Wednesday, the night
Are there
of
bandits
the
here?
banner trailer reveal. Apparently, some of it was leaked throughout the day, but I didn't see any of it until the banner came out. So, yay for me! It's a fresh perspective after actually watching the trailer. I wasn't like ruined in any way, spoiled in any way. So it was pretty cool for me. But then also watching it, I did not have a connection since I wasn't really around for CYL 1 and 2. I came around Edelgard, CYL 3, which is, I don't know, maybe why that's my favorite batch, but yeah, there wasn't really much of a connection there for me. Kind of just looked like Brave Ike 2.0, which isn't a bad thing. Roy as the backpack is a bit disappointing because Roy definitely needs an alt. Still lacking a Roy alt. What is promising though is that the voice actor was in, so could be in the pipelines. I was concerned, or I have been concerned, that they have not been able to get. This is a very well built Est. I don't think this is a particularly good Est alt, but the skills and everything that he's put on his unit there make her threatening. Threatening enough for a defense, and overall I think this is a pretty decent defense as well. It's just that we got Yunaka here, and she's gonna do what Yunaka does, which is pretty good. I think I've settled on giving her the Sigurd ring when I'm using her, or something +1, something to give her Kanto. That's the main thing that she's missing, in my opinion. Since she can't do the shadow shift thing, she needs a way to have some type of Kanto mobility. So that's why she's getting so much benefits from having Lucina here. But then also there's the terrain that kind of nullifies the Kanto. So, you win and you lose. But yeah, this is a pretty decent defense. This is a rematch, by the way. We got the Corn here. We're going to do what we can to try to break through this. Or, hindsight, this is a... like I said, I didn't have anything to say for the matches that I recorded, so you're seeing them in post. These already happened. This is light season, and we're already in Astra Anima, so there's a bit of a delay here.
I'll take your life.
Suffice to say, very tanky. I was surprised that you could make Sharna that tanky, that it would take Yunaka 3 hits to take her out. That is very, very impressive what you can do with fodder. I've been saying for a little bit now that you can't really bring your old units to prominence in a sufficient way with the skills that, like, you can give them all the skills, but they still don't feel like they perform to the level that you would need them to perform to, work in a game mode like Ether Raids. If there's ever a point where Yunaka doesn't get that kill, then I can, sufficely say that, yes, the old units do work and you can use your favorites again, but it's just not the case currently. If I wasn't able to get that with Yunaka, I probably would have just used a different team. A lot of that is also down to Arch Rival and the bonuses that she gets from red versus green. So, there's some stuff there, but I'm pretty sure that I could have just used another unit, Golvig maybe, and gotten that KO. So, I don't know. It's still not where it needs to be, in my opinion, in terms of being able to use our favorite units to the extent that we have been using them or used to use them. It's still not where it needs to be, the game. Now, yeah, the defense here plays out pretty well in terms of how I was able to get in and out of this one successfully. Corrin's terrain proved to be a huge problem. But and also Vali, this was the match that I was talking about, that I realized how fast Vali was. She is incredibly fast. Granted, I don't know if her bonus stats contributed as much to that. It was just +4, and then the rest of it is just her. So yeah, she's really, really fast. So keep that in mind when you're matching into teams with Vali, because best way to defeat her is to have brave hits, and in order to have the brave hits, you're going to want to win the speed check, so you're going to need someone fast to do that. So yeah, this is what I found out on. That's the main thing I found out on from this match. S needed to go there because she had the warping Camilla thing, but not Camilla. You know, they made everyone into Camilla, so she should have been able to snipe someone, which would not have been great. I believe she had the Micaiah ring as well, so that's not a good pairing in terms of hit and run. It doesn't allow you to run away very far. And then from here, we were pretty much safe. They can't really get to us. And we just waited it out for a little bit and took them out as they broke formation. Now, back to the trailer. Oh, and this guy also played really well when he attacked into my defense. That's why I rematched. He played really, really well. So I figured he'd have something there to play into. So I figured, hey, let's have some fun with this one. But yeah, was not a connection for me with the unit selections. I was like, you know, I wasn't here for CYL 1 or 2, so these units don't really matter that much to me. I saw a bit of hype around the Lynn and Lucina connection, which I think is actually pretty decent. Being a bow cav, I think that's a good choice. And the Irvine, well, not the Irvine, the Brave Ike 2.0, is whatever. That playstyle where he allows you to hit him multiple times, I mean, I don't know why they're still doing that. I mean, obviously it has not aged well. We have Emblem Ike, we have Brave Ike himself. There's a certain point where it just doesn't work anymore. And him being green, I don't know if, I'm not sure if, well, we're gonna have to see what happens when he comes out, you know, when he's actually in the game. Because there's just so many things that hit so hard, especially as red, or he's slow, so there's, what's her face? One of my favorite units. Shez, yeah, there's Shez that will hit him multiple times, and I don't know if he's going to be able to live the hits. Granted, a lot of flat damage reduction, the 15s, they actually did the numbers, which was, oh my god, finally. And you know, the thing is, I know that it's not going to stay that way. They did it with someone that just came out recently, that they actually did it, Soren. They did it with Soren's weapon, the rearmed Soren. This Black Knight here was a problem. They did it with the rearmed Soren. And then after that, they just forgot how to do it. And now I see them doing it again, so I don't know if they're just gonna like forget how to do it, you know, after this again. So, but it's good to see, especially on the units that they did it to. So let's see how that goes. It gives a lot of credence, in my opinion, to the ideology that we're entering the endgame phase of this game. Because of the unit selections and because of the theme that they went with. It's a really player-focused unit selection, meaning that this is something that the community within the game would have made some suggestions towards, you know, maybe you should do this or do this, you know, things that we would have suggested to them, and it looks like they've taken up some of the idea to some extent. I'm okay with that, but then also, you know, to the point, it gives a little bit more credence to the idea that they've kind of run out of ideas, and that we're creeping closer towards that end of service. Granted, it's still quite a few, in my opinion, at least 3 years away. But yeah, it does seem like they've hit a wall, and they're trying to figure out how to keep everyone in the game engaged and happy, and I like that they're at least making attempts to do so, because that's one of the ways that you can prolong, or another word that starts with P. Prolong, pause, no, protract. Protracted is not the word. Delay. Yes, it's D. Yeah, so that's another way to delay the inevitable decline of the game, or I don't know if it's already happening. I haven't seen the sales figures for the game, but I'm sure it's doing better than Shadows. So, you know, yeah, there's that. All the effort here to take out Vali, it's crazy. Luckily, she doesn't do any damage, so we're able to get her on the follow-up. But man, this is actually super annoying to deal with. It's a good thing that they did it that way.
Name a target.
If she had, like, if she was still able to do the damage, is it a good thing? Maybe they'll add that into, I was gonna say refine, but I don't know if we'll get that far, but I think it's at least a good thing that they did it that way. But yeah, very difficult unit to beat. Had to do it with Hearthfelger there since no one else was really able to do it because of the speed check. Yunaka was not able to outspeed her, surprisingly. At least based off where she was, debuffs and stuff. So, you know, if I had done a little bit more, it would have worked out in my favor, but I didn't want to waste too many actions just yet. But yeah, back to the units from the banner. Roy, still no love for Roy, but I'm pretty sure since the voice actor was in to record lines, I am 100% sure that Roy is getting an ult sometime within the next 6 months. Like, they wouldn't have brought the voice actor in just to record the backpack lines. That doesn't make any sense. Given the track record with Lynn, that's one of the reasons that Lynn has gotten so many ults, because I'm pretty sure the voice actor was available. So they just did a ton of Lynn stuff, and we've gotten a ton of Lynn ults this year. Lynn is also in Shadows. Everyone that's in Shadows was available. So that's what we're gonna get a Dimitri, I'm pretty sure, at some point. Corrin, we've seen again, voice lines and everything. They're going to find a way to fit more of those Shadows characters into Faye. I'm pretty sure of it. And I'm pretty sure they're going to reuse some of those same voice characters for the other game that they're doing. I forget, Fortune's Weaves. Sothis as well. So yeah, definitely going to get a Sothis. Or it's two characters that she voices. Faye the Owl. Okay, never mind. But yeah, we're gonna be there's stuff in the pipeline. There's stuff coming, and I'm excited for it. This was the first one of the matches here. I'm gonna add another one to it. All right, so this is the second one here. Spice Latte. This when did I lose this? I forget. No. I think I won this. I remember the units, and I remember this being difficult because of Loki's position. And again, right there where she is in the middle is usually a really good spot for Loki. That or the lane right beside her to the left, those two spots are really perfect for Loki placements. And I thought the team competition here was really, and I won this, yes I remember, because I was like, he's going to lose a ton of lift because of this. But yeah, unit selections was interesting. I thought, you know, Hearthfelger does have the ult, so you could have went with the green version and not have to run the mythic. Arch Rival on this Igrin, which I think is Arch Rival on Archers, fantastic. I love Arch Rival. I finally got copies of it, and I gave it to my Bridget, and I'm definitely going to be copying, making more copies of that at some point. I gave it to my Bridget, and I gave it to Erica. Attuned Erica, because I have copies of her. I couldn't find anyone else to put it on that I had multiple copies of. Of course, unfortunately, I couldn't put it on Tiki. Useless. My God, that dragon. Yeah, I think Arch Rival is probably best suited on bow units. I think, has it replaced Deadeye? Because you can outsource the damage, the DR piercing, the damage reduction piercing, which is Deadeye's main value. I guess the boosted damage, but then also the drawback with Arch Rival is, matchups. But then colorless doesn't. If you're colorless, you really don't have that matchup, yay or nay. So it's probably not a negative. I don't know. I feel like overall damage output, Arch Rival probably performs better than Deadeye. So yeah, I feel like the only downside is the cooldown. It's a higher value special, so it's probably not something that's going to be accessible to every archer. But I think this at least this Igrin makes good usage out of it, as well as Bridget. I think those two will do well with it, as well as Comet. Either one. Same could be said about Yunaka, which of course she has Arch Rival, the bow Yunaka that we've recently gotten. Yeah, I think it's Arch Rival. Finally gotten it. Very happy that I've got it. I gave it to Ryoma as well, but I don't have a lot of copies of him, so I'm kind of holding off on that. Don't know what I'm going to do with it just yet, but it's there. And yeah, just kind of let some of my other fodder banks chill for the moment because I don't really know. I have a few copies. I think I've been considering giving it to Nino, Attune Nino.
At your command.
Because I have a couple copies of her, but I don't really know. Like, Nino already has lethality, and lethality is pretty good. So I don't really know if I want to do that. So I'm kind of holding off, but
So
yeah,
you're
I'm
at
really
your
excited to try it out on Bridget because honestly, I haven't really gotten, a ton of opportunity to use her. And I think, again, Feud is fantastic in the current meta. Feud is very strong. So it'd be great if I was able to, get some more usage out of that unit.
We'll see it through.
Yeah, Zap. So yeah, back to the banner.
Gotcha.
Specific about the units.
Name a target.
Well, I mean, can't really think of anything right now. I was able to finally finish summoning on the legendary emblem banner, legendary mythic banner. Well, mythic banner, double mythic. And I got kind of shafted. I mean, I did get the copies of Arch Rival. I got a Byleth, and that's pretty much it.
Here?
So I had to make the tough decision between Vali and the old creepy man. Unfortunately, I had to pick the old creepy man, which I feel not happy about. But yeah, I picked the old creepy man, and can't imagine. I did not think it would go that way, but that's what happened. And I think I'm gonna have to skip Valley, unfortunately, because I've already sparked, and I'm not going back on that banner because it would just be a waste of orbs. I'd be dumping orbs on green with a 1 in 3 chance of getting her. I don't like those odds. And then, especially since I'm not buying a ton of orbs. I did spend just a little bit, to get 20 orbs to finish the spark and get the old man.
All right.
But I don't really want to do more than that. And then also, with the new banner coming up, I kind of want to another Ike for tanking, and then also another Lin. Do I really need these units? I'm looking at it. In terms of the new banner, the only unit that I'd probably really seriously consider getting is the new armored unit. I don't really have her name, at the tip of my tongue right now. I can't recall, but from the Tempest Trials, I'd probably try to get her since she's a rearmed, and she has a fantastic effect. All you gotta do is just make sure that she survives. I'm pretty sure, well, we'll find out when she's actually in the game, but from the wording, it seems like once she survives combat, the opponent loses 5 bonuses if they attack, which is a huge deterrent to have them attacking. You don't want to lose your bonuses. It's basically Loki as an armored unit. And I think that's fantastic. As long as she can live, no one will attack her. And I mean, naturally, you're not going to attack an armored unit that you're not defeating, because it's a wasted action, unless you want to waste the action. But typically, that's not something that's happening. But I think she's looking like a great unit. She has potential. Being on green, I think that's a decent share. Is it green? I forget what color she was. I saw green, but I could be wrong. But she's definitely looking like a unit that I'd be interesting to get and play with on defense. You can never have too many saves or too many good saves. Loki, Rhea, I'm always using Rhea. I had to pause there for a minute because I totally forgot that I lost that match. I was like, what happened? Where's the rest of the video? Why did it just stop? And then I remembered, this is why I remember this match. It's because I lost. What happened was I was getting into position to attack, recap, I was getting into position to attack, and then I misplayed, and I placed, I forget which unit. There was someone in position that triggered the Celica ring that was on Hearthwelger, and then the rallies and everything happened, and they warped down, and they got me. So that's what happened there. Because I was like, why do I remember this match? I'm pretty sure I won because I remember this Hearthwelger. But then, as it went on, you know, and it kind of abruptly ended right there, I was like, oh, okay, that's what happened. And that's why we have this second match here, or this third match here. I'm just going to tack it on so the continuity is there, and, you know, all of this happened kind of the same day. My bad. I totally forgot that I lost that match there. No, it was Yunaka's debut, so it wasn't her fault, really. It was user error. That was me. That was all me. Now, I don't know. Let's just go back to what I was saying before. GG's, he got me. There, I said it. Yeah. What was I saying before? I forget.
What you need?
Right. I was talking about the save, the armored unit. I think she looks really good. Interesting that, well, we knew that she was an armored unit from the Tempest trial. I kind of didn't even pay attention because I was auto-battling that with, what's her face? Golvig, and Golvig just kind of destroyed her. So that was like a non-issue. So I'm guessing she's probably not going to make a really great far save, but as a near save, you know, there's options there. I was about to say that for Light and Dark season, I'm probably going to start considering like options to build something. The fact that I didn't get Vali means that I probably don't have to. The fact that I didn't get Vali means that I probably don't have to consider swapping Tree Man out, because that was a concern that I was having. I was like, how do I fit him in? Because I still think what he offers is very, very good, and it's not something that, you know, I see them creating an immediate counter for. It's kind of difficult to counter, but there are ways to counter it, of course. You can just remove it altogether, I guess, cleanse the penalty or the bonus or whatever you want to call it, and then just not be within 2 spaces to have, you know, your stuff messed up. But it's still something that tricks players up. So I feel like he has value there, but I don't like the fact that he's just an armor that sits there and kind of does nothing unless he's far saving. So, you know, the immediate idea was to swap him out for Vali, but then, you know, as I was saying, I think he's still valuable, what he offers, and then I'd be losing that just to put Vali in with a save that just saves, like, let's say a Black Knight while being very good, or an Armor Bro while also being very good. It allows your opponent to try to run a tanking strategy, where Tree Man kind of creates an additional hurdle for them, or for your opponent to have to, you know, clear when attempting to run a tanking strategy. And I think I'd rather that than just to run a really strong save. So all that to say, I think this new armored unit is a good option to potentially swap out Rhea for, because of the fact that she cleanses, or she removes the status, the bonuses, if you attack into her and fail. Probably for Astra Anima season, since Loki isn't there, and you can run dual Marth typically, because as your dual unit, because that unit is still good. Miracle, yeah, you'll probably be without the miracle effect. I think that's the main thing that you lose by not use stats, of course, but the miracle effect is probably the main thing you lose by not running Rhea. And then you could also just put her in the extra slot as a pop out. I think she'd be a good option there as well, the new unit, the new armored unit. So I like her. I like what she does. One shot, probably, but you know, there's ways to build around her, give her extra bulk, mythic support. There's ways to do it. So I like what she's bringing to the table. Lyn, damage output looks like a fantastic nuke. Does not look like a sham showcase, her taking out Black Knight. That looks legit. I think she will be consistent in her ability to defeat BK. So that's going to be like our premier nuke moving forward. Like Crom, as high as people are on Crom, I do not see it. I don't buy it. I think this Lyn Lucina ults will be best nuke in the game. And will be so for a long time. I like the value that it adds to the games that they're from, since they're harmonics. Those games don't have a ton of options sometimes, especially when you play in Resonance Battle. It's really hard, slim pickings, or even that other limited hero battles is really slim pickings, trying to figure out who to include from that batch, from that roster that isn't Hector. You can basically run a full team of Hector from, I think, maybe both of those rosters, Hector and Lilina, and go pretty much ham that way. But I like the Lyn. I like that the Ike gives out the. I was watching it. I was like, how is Lilina able to close combat without having close combat? And I was like, oh, it's Ike doing it. So I was like, that's a good thing. Stepping on Mythic Lyn's toes a bit soon.
Pointless.
Very soon. I didn't expect them to do that so quickly. But it's good that there's an option to do that, especially for that game, because we have a lot of Lilinas in that game. So it makes sense for that to be a thing. Well, actually, no, it doesn't even make sense. How is Ike able to do that? There's like, where lore-wise is Ike able to get that effect from? I don't think it's Roy. So it's a little bit weird. I guess the same could be said about Lyn. Like, how is Lyn able to do that? But Lyn's thing is more like distant counter, and she's kind of always been able to do that, so it kind of makes sense. But I don't get the Ike one. I don't know, whatever. Side note, I guess. But Lyn, obviously, I feel like is the strongest option from the banner. Is that because she's a ranged nuke? I don't know. Hard to tell.
Watching over you.
Yeah, it's probably because the meta is leaning more towards ranged nukes currently, and tanking is still a little bit difficult. You can do it, but it's still a little bit difficult. And this Ike, I don't know if he's going to be the answer. Like I said, we're going to have to wait and see how he performs when he actually comes out. He could be a fraud like that Diamond. Like legendary Diamond. Unfortunate. But yeah, I'm excited to play with them eventually, hopefully by the end of the month. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I mean, I'm not looking to spin. It's such a good banner to summon on. And there's multiple sparks too, so I don't know what I'll do. I'm like heavily considering like getting some orbs just to, you know, is it really worth it? Because if I try, it's gonna take forever to save up the orbs. It's gonna take forever for me to actually get it.
Don't be seen.
And I'm probably not gonna get all of them. And I kind of think I want all, especially the Ike one, the Ike Roy combination. I think I really need that for Roy's game in the future, because at some point they're gonna, you know, make you or force you to take out BK with units from that game, and it's gonna be incredibly challenging. So I think it's a good idea to at least pick up that Ike if you have the hopefully you get lucky and you get that Ike. I think he's going to be a requirement. You're probably going to need him, and he won't be, it's not like he's going to be added to the regular pool. He won't be back for a while, I'm pretty sure. And also, if he's very strong, you can definitely expect to see him on the that banner, that one banner, the one we get, choose your legends, choose your heroes, whatever, CYL, yes, where we get to pick. Yeah, you can definitely expect to see him on that banner if he's good. I think Lyn will 100% be on that banner. Given where we are, it's November, almost December, I think Lyn will definitely be on that banner. Golvig here just being, it's really fun using this Golvig. I had a ton of fun using this Golvig in light season. I was considering bringing her to Astra season, but I was like, nah, I don't want to waste a blessing. I want to bring one of them, but then I remember I have Brave Golvig there, and I just gotta figure out how to make her work. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna leave Brave Golvig there since she's a flyer, and I've been like heavily flyer focused in Astra Anima season, so I'm gonna leave it as it is. But this Golvig, this Ninja Golvig, is really good, really good, and should not be slept on. Granted, you know, probably Ether Raid's focused. Like, Summoner Duels having that extra action is still a little bit of a negative because the unit still gets stuck out there, you know, if they attack. But still, she's really good. I definitely enjoyed using her this week, and she performed well in the matches that I used her in. The only downside is the terrain effects kind of hindering her movement, and the Canto and all of that. I've been, like I said, considering giving her Flared Sparrow just to resolve that instead of the Slice Swift Sparrow that she came with. Oh, I actually have a backup Brave Alphonse. I didn't even realize that I had it when I got it. I was like, where did this come from? Which I guess is the benefit of not really building units anymore. I haven't really built anyone. It was really like I got the fodder for that Brave Byleth, or that extra copy of Brave Byleth. I was like, what do I even do with this? Like, none of I have like my core units, and then I have like the units that I like, and they're still around in my barracks. And I'm like, there's no point in giving it to any of them. I was looking at like my Merida, Ascended Merida. I was looking at OG Ira. I was looking at her as well. I was like, Gust. I kind of like running Regnal Astra, as bad as it is. I still like having the preferential special. She doesn't really benefit from having that B skill, and then the Bulwark, she also doesn't really benefit from having the Bulwark either. So I don't know. Like,
Give me an order.
it's just, I don't know. I don't know what to do with the Byleth. I think I ended up just making him a manual. I don't know, man. But yeah, GG's.